for one, did not know that it would feel this good to be back in my Animal Crossing era, and oh my word, am I back in it. I have locked in. Last week, we actually started a little series. This isn't going to be a weekly thing, especially kind of the further and further we get into it, and the harder and harder this is going to become, but we all heard that Animal Crossing was getting an update in January of 2026, and I don't want to restart. I don't want to get rid of my island that I have built with you lot on my channel over the years. I have decided to like fully actually try and get my head around terraforming and decorating it and making it the island that I want to make it. But I've also challenged myself to try and beat all the achievements within this game. And I have been playing almost daily since I made that video. I've also been streaming more of the terraforming side over on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/EnglishSimmer. I do think I'm also going to have a roundup video of all of my terraforming, but that is not what this video is about. Today, we are taking on even more Nook Miles achievements. I'm going to quickly run through some of the achievements that I actually did manage to complete off screen. I did actually just use my Switch like in-house recording to record little clips for you guys, but over in the Nook Miles Plus app, of course, we kind of started this in my last video, but it is the remarkable remodeler. You finish remodeling your house. It looks like a completely new house now. I'll give you rewards based on the number of remodels you do, so keep it up. I actually only had to remodel my house 5 times for this one. I had one more to do, and this is what my house is now looking like, which I'm very, very happy with. This is a house that I've had for a really long time. It was just that it was orange in the last video because it was kind of matching the like autumnal theme. But this is usually what my house looks like. I like the kind of cottage seaside style, and I kind of want this area of my island to have that style. There was also tomorrow's trees today. To build a sustainable life on this island, we're gonna need to plant a lot more trees. The more you plant, the more miles you can earn. I actually had, I think, 27 or 28 at the beginning of this challenge, so I literally just planted like a couple more trees and I was able to complete this. It makes me laugh that some of them are so short. That was like, what, plant 30 trees, whereas some of the others are like, yeah, go out and catch 3,000 fish, please. Literally 100 times more than some other Nook Miles achievements that we have. I had Wisp on my island one night. Wisp genuinely seems to be the NPC that I have visit my island the most. I had a full night full of shooting stars and Celeste wasn't even on my island, but Wisp was. So I finished this again on the 4th. I managed to talk to him like one more time. I caught all 5 of his little wispy bits, and I now genuinely don't have to ever interact with Wisp again if I don't want to, which realistically I feel like he doesn't give you the best prizes. Even if you ask for something new, I feel like so much of the time I don't get something new. And then finally I did manage to break 100 axes. Now obviously I've been playing this game since it came out in 2020. I have gone through an awful lot of axes just in like my regular gameplay. I did need to break 100 of them to get the recipe for the golden axe, and if we actually go to my DIY recipes and head on over to tools, oh, we have the gold nugget and also the axe to make the golden axe. So I did already learn the recipe for this one. It was actually really cute. As soon as I finished chopping down my last tree, which was so perfectly timed, by the way, because I literally only had one flimsy axe left in my inventory. And then I was like, hey, I'll get through this inventory and then I'll turn in for the night and I'll go to bed. Right when that axe broke, that was the moment that I broke my 100 axe. It couldn't have been written any better. And then my character got a little thought bubble and they were like, this gives me an idea for a recipe. And I got the golden axe. So of course, we need to grab out a little golden nugget from our stack. Unfortunately, we don't have that many gold nuggets. Should I craft something? Yes, you absolutely should. And we should craft the golden axe. Honestly, probably one of the better looking like golden tools that we have. I don't really like how the golden tools look. And also I'm just like, you know what? They're not really worth using. They still degrade over time. Yes, they have more uses available to them than the traditional tools, but they can still break. So you're really just using like gold for nothing, and it's not as much of a flex as you think it is gonna be. But you do have the golden axe here, which honestly doesn't even really look golden in a lot of lights. I wonder how long it actually takes to cut down a tree with a golden axe. Let's see. These are the 2 little trees that I planted recently. Let's go 1, 2. I'm assuming, yeah, you still have to get the 3 wood out of it. So it doesn't even reduce the amount of time it takes to chop a tree down. But if we scroll right down here, we now have the golden milestone. You got the title keywords, glittering emperor or empress, and 5,000 nook miles. We've almost hit 100,000 on the nook miles. Obviously, last time we played, we got both the net and the fishing rod back in 2020, June of 2020. So a mere 3 months after this game came out, we got the watering can and the slingshot, and then in September we got the golden shovel. Wild that we got half of the golden tools back in 2020, literally the release year of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and then the next 3 we didn't get until 2025. 5 years later. 49 out of 50 for the Roost. So that is where we are gonna head today. I should maybe put my golden axe down. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm gonna, you know, start disrupting the museum and start breaking things. It feels maybe a little threatening if I'm just running into this very chill environment in the Roost with like Brewster just chilling there, a little bit of jazz classical music going on in the background, and I'm just stood there in the doorway with a golden axe that's absolutely pristine. It is not Halloween. That has already been. Yo, Brewster, I'm sorry, I've not been in for a couple of days, but that's because I've been letting the beans marinate. I needed everyone to be here for us to witness this momentous occasion together. 200 bells, absolutely. Gimme that coffee. Why have I never noticed all of his little gyroids in the back? I brewed this cup especially for you. Drink up. Oh, he didn't put pigeon milk in it for me today, but I will drink it up. I will drink it scalding just for you, considering this was probably the last cup of coffee I'm gonna have in a hot minute. I found the blend I want to drink for the rest of my life. That's a lie. We like pigeon milk. Stop trying to missell him. I want you to have pigeon milk. And he's like, yeah, okay. She vibed with that. She wants it for the rest of her life. We got the Nook Miles Plus. This is so exciting. Get those miles. What's the title? Acidic Barista. And we got 3,000 Nook Miles. We're definitely gonna hit 100,000 Nook Miles today. I obviously drank an awful lot of coffee in the first part of this series, and someone said, I wish that the coffee counted like food does and let you dig up full-size trees and break rocks. So if you actually come to this takeout bar and you don't actually sit in one of the seats, he does put an upcharge on it, which seems suspicious considering, you know, when you're sitting in, I feel like he has to pay for rent, he has to pay for heating. Whereas a to-go, maybe the cups are more expensive, but we are gonna take a to-go coffee. Thank you, Brewster. I love how he pushes it over like he's doing some kind of a shady deal. Cool, thank you very much. And we are gonna take that takeout coffee and head outside where a takeout coffee should be drank. I don't know what actually happens if you do drink it inside. I don't know if Brewster maybe has a reaction to that, but to be fair, he upcharged us, so you know, he can't really be out here being sassy about that. And we're actually going to hold that item, and then if we hit A to drink it, it actually adds 1 out of 10 to our strength. Basically, up in that top left corner, that's our strength. 2 sips gives us 2. 3 sips, you finish it off and you get 3 pieces, which to be fair, per fruit that you actually eat, you only get 1. And then from here, if you actually grab your shovel, if you also hit the tree correctly, you can dig up trees and use one of those strength. You can also break rocks. So it does actually allow you to do it. Apparently this might not work if you do it inside. So make sure you're just doing those things outside. Now I know I said I was gonna try and not do these with time travel, but I think realistically time traveling for a day so that I can actually go to 2 of Kapp'n Islands isn't that much of a big deal. I also have a new villager moving in, so you know, I'm just kind of doing this for you lot so that you can see, if you didn't watch my stream, then you could see who the new villager was. Like, you know, we could try and get to know them a little bit. But we need to go to 2 more Kapp'n Islands, and I probably need to dump some of the stuff in my inventory before we do so. Just in case we come across a mystery island that is actually great. I don't know if Star Fragment Islands are a thing anymore. They used to be one of the coolest islands available, and I just feel like I haven't seen one in forever. Recently, I've been having a lot of like mystery islands that are Vine inspired and have like a lot of the glow stuff on them, which I actually don't mind because I'm missing quite a lot of the glow recipes. And when you usually travel to one of those islands, you will find a recipe on the beach that has glow. Oh, not the cucumbers again. He loves singing about cucumbers. Does he just sing a different song each day of the week? And because I've recorded this both times on a Tuesday, he's just singing that. Oh, the fact that he has the little drawing that his daughter has so clearly done for him. And soon, when the update comes, his daughter will be living on the island with us. I like how he's like, you don't get seasick, do you? And we just start clapping along. We're like, bestie, I'm just gonna clap to distract the fact that I may in fact get seasick. I actually don't. Fun fact, the only time I have ever felt seasick is on a ferry, which is shocking because I've been on like speedboats, I've been on really fast boats and like fishing boats when it's been very, very wavy, and I've never felt seasick, but a ferry absolutely throws me off. Right, what we got on this island? It's not feeling like an awful lot. I also don't know if you can shake furniture down on mystery islands, but I should probably equip my net before I even try doing that, just because I've got to be wary of the bees. I do have to shake down quite a few trees to unlock that Nook Mile achievement. Stack of books. Of course I already know how to make a stack of books. Who do you think I am? I've been playing this game for so long. Also, I am shaking it to get the fruit because we need to sell an awful lot of fruit. No furniture to be had, but we did get a couple of stacks of peaches and coconuts. Which, to be fair, getting stacks of fruit isn't that bad. We still have to sell over like almost 2,000 pieces of fruit. And also, as we go, I do need to focus on the Nook Miles Plus. So we have to earn bells by selling items. So I'm hoping that we can earn 5,000 for the fruit that we just got. We also need to water our produce, which is good because I actually plucked a lot of that yesterday and they haven't grown. We can tend flowers, so we can actually just water 8 flowers, capture a memory, and sell a hot item for a fortune. Unfortunately, he looks so chill, just sat there. I don't know what the hot item is, but we do need to nip up to Timmy and Tommy's to sell those items. Let me just try and water some of these flowers around me, so hopefully there we go. We can tick off that Nook Miles Plus. We also need to grow a fruit tree. And to be fair, we do have some peaches on us. So why don't we just bury one of those peaches? And boom, we got a little peach tree growing. I'm fairly sure the peaches were the fruit that I actually started with, which I was so happy about because peach is not only one of my favorite fruits IRL, but it is absolutely the best looking fruit. Ooh, that one's good. We need to do a group stretch anyway. I kind of forgot that we need to start adding that into our daily routine. Oh, Timmy and Tommy, please buy my fruits for a pretty penny. I'm hoping we can clear this 5,000 and then we'll get something that is about like crafting on our Nook Miles Plus, and then I can craft the hot item. I don't know if this is going to be worth 5,000 bells, but let's see. Ooh, just 5,120. That's what I'm talking about. Spend bells to buy items. Ooh, we do need to spend 5,000. How is a desk 2,000 and then a tiny little towel rail is that much? I always need wrapping paper. I'm actually still giving gifts to my villagers, and I do like wrapping them before I actually give them to them. So we'll spend our money on the wrapping paper. We're so close to that 100,000. Catch 5 fish, the group session. We need to check out what is the hot item and then go water our crops. And to check out what our hot item is, we need to go check this little sign outside the shop. The simple DIY workbench or a classic pitcher. No! My watering can broke and I didn't water 2 of the carrots. Oh, there's potatoes here that I haven't actually taken. Now, I actually did a little bit of fishing yesterday, and whilst some of my villagers stole some of those fish, and I'm really scared to see where they actually end up, going fishing actually helped me earn some recipes. So there are 2 types of recipes that you can now get. If you don't unlock the cooking and you don't have, I think, a star rating of level 3, you will just focus on like the building DIYs, which some people prefer to like just not unlock the cooking recipes because they feel like they're a little bit useless. But if you have actually unlocked the cooking recipes, I didn't know that you could get recipes for finding specific fish. So I found, I'm fairly sure it was an anchovy, and I got an anchovy recipe, and then I also got a recipe for sea bass, and I didn't honestly ever think that sea bass would be relevant in this game for me anymore, apart from me making the C plus E joke every single time I caught one. So we need to catch 5 of these. I'm just gonna quickly focus on catching some. I feel like I've got everything that I could potentially get from the sea that's gonna unlock a recipe. So why don't we try some of the river fish, if there are any out and about. Oh, there's one all the way over there. That's a really annoying spot for you to be in, little fish. Please pay attention to my bobber. Yes. Got him. This will be really embarrassing now if I actually miss him. Nah, he wasn't getting away from me. We got the Crucian carp. Unfortunately, no new recipe unlocked for that little carp. Damn, no new recipes found today, but we did get the 5 fish and we're so close to that 100,000. I know it's technically not something that I fully need to focus on. It means really nothing these days, considering I have so many Nook Miles tickets. We haven't done a lot of the miles. Gathering ingredients and creating delicious treats is great fun, is it not? Yes, I do believe our chefs out there deserve miles for all the times they've prepared something delicious. I actually really quickly, I forgot that I left my sea bass outside of my resident services, so we're gonna go grab him so that we can make a tasty little treat with him. Finally, getting my revenge on all of the sea bass who absolutely hound me when I'm trying to find other fish. Joke's on you, sea bass. I can now roast you. Thankfully, I have a cute little kitchen already set up. We are absolutely going to make something. And is there actually anything that is available? Oh, there we go. Craftable. So we have French fries, baked potatoes, the pumpkin soup. Ooh, this is the anchovy one, I'm fairly sure. And then we also have sardines in oil. I feel like we should make fish and chips, but that requires a dab, and I don't have a dab. Grilled sea bass with herbs. We need a clump of weeds for that. There's also sea bass pie. Look how few recipes I have though for food. Like, I don't even know how many pieces of food are available within this game, but I fear it's a lot more than this. Let's actually make one of the pumpkin soups because that looks delicious. I think we need to... stop. I've never ever tried pumpkin. Every year we carve pumpkins, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do something with the seeds this year. And then I just end up not doing anything with it. This looks absolutely delicious. The food in this game is superior for sure. It looks so good. Some of the best food I have ever seen in a video game. And then we're also gonna make some baked potatoes. Those look a little boring, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if you can have like tuna filled baked potatoes. I feel like that definitely should be a thing that you can create. I am the English Simmer and I practically live off tuna mayo baked potatoes. But we got 30 out of 30 sugary sweets, and that got us over to the 100,000. Now we need to make 70 more, and eventually we need to make 500 recipes. Apparently there are only 141 cooking recipes in Animal Crossing, and I have 78. So if you have any ideas for how I can find more recipes, definitely let me know. Obviously, I know you can talk to villagers when they're cooking. You can find them in messages in bottles. I feel like I might have all of the fruit ones because it's been a really long time since I picked up like fruit, and it's like, oh, this has inspired me to make this recipe. But maybe there are some more that I absolutely need when it comes to fishing. We need to do the scariest thing that we're ever gonna do in this series, and we need to shake a bunch of trees. We need to focus on shady shakedown. I want to find at least one piece of furniture on my island today. I feel like I have the worst luck ever when it comes to finding furniture in my trees. So of course we are gonna equip our star net and we are gonna see if we can find that furniture. I don't think they can be in coconut trees, but let's shake all of these. Please just give me a piece of furniture. Luckily enough for us, we're doing this in November, so we're also getting quite a lot of like the mushrooms spawning, and we're also getting acorns when we do shake trees. I also think this is just one of the hardest things to do because not only you also have the risk of the wasps, but you then also like have to remember which trees you have actually shaken. Thank goodness I got them. Not today. Oh my word. How is this? No! No, they got me! I shook the tree for a second time. Sheena was so unfazed. She's just stood up there. Oh, how? How does this keep happening? I swear there's only meant to be like 2 wasp nests on the whole entire island. I don't want to let it go, but I will because I can't carry anything else. Sheeno, you stood there. Oh my gosh, your face. A fashion disaster? Did a wasp sting you? It'll heal on its own, but you should get some medicine so it heals fast. How? Get Sheeno. Get Sheeno. How is this happening to me? 4 in a row? What do you mean? She's so unbothered. I wish I had the nonchalance of Sheeno. I'm weirdly finding a lot of bells. Every time I shake a tree, I just get like 100 bells. It's trying to repay me for being stung so many times. I fear after these 3 trees, I have shook every tree on my island and not one piece of furniture has been found. This might be my last hope, and it's more bells. How is this possible? How do people find furniture items anymore? I only haven't shook like 1 tree, and that's because it's not rootable. So even if something was in there, it wouldn't have anywhere to fall. What do you mean? Where is this furniture? For the life of me, I could not find that furniture. That is gonna have to be an adventure for another day. But real quickly, we are gonna turn off our clock synchronization, and we are gonna time travel by 1 day. Oh, Kapp'n, take me to the last mystery island I will ever have to go to. Minus, of course, like villager hunting islands, but to be fair, you fly to those instead of going through Kapp'n, and I lost my 100k. I'll make it back up. No, 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 no. I'm not even gonna let you get out the first word. Whoa, not Money Tree Island. Okay. And we already have the Nook Miles Plus. We didn't even need to... Oh, no, wait, that's a different one. Redeem Nook Miles. Okay. Okay, easy. I'll take that and then set sail for adventure. Boom. I wonder how much we get for this. 50 out of 50. Impressive family. Is this maybe like a hint towards Kapp'n's family? I'm not too sure, but 3,000 Nook Miles. There we go. From 2021 all the way through to 2025. And I think November 2021 is the day that this actually got introduced, because Kapp'n, I don't think was in the original version of the game. I think he was part of an update. So that is wild that almost exactly 4 years to the day we managed to finally complete that. Thank you for your coconuts and your bells, island, but I am ready to go home. And Kapp'n, not gonna lie, buddy, I'm probably not gonna speak to you now for like another 2 months till your family arrive in the update. I'm so sorry. I love him, but man, the boy can yap. He may as well be called Yappin instead of Kapp'n. And real quickly, before I wrap up this video, we are gonna check out our brand new villager. I'm fairly sure this is her new house. Don't worry, this isn't how my villagers' houses are like gonna look. They're just over here so that I can like focus on the rest of my island. But here she is, Olive. What a little cutie patootie. So sweet of you to check in on me. I'm glad you encouraged me to go ahead and move in whilst I was staying at the campsite. I still have some unpacking to do, but I should be done by tomorrow. Let's catch up then, sweet pea. So this is our brand new villager. She is a little normal bear cub, and it's been a little while since I had a bear cub. I've had both Maple and Stitches on my island, so I'm very, very excited to have a little bear cub once again. I'm gonna keep her until I get her villager portrait. I like to get all of the portraits and like put them in my house of villagers who have like since moved on from the island. I have actually been working on You Oughta Know, just like off screen, so I need to try and like dive and give Pascal a scallop like 3 times over, but I will save it when we get to 19, and of course I will include it in our next video. I really need to start going to some KK Slider concerts. That one is gonna be a pain in the bum considering he literally only comes on Saturdays. But I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. If you aren't subscribed already and you want to see more Animal Crossing videos and also like other games that I have been playing, look at these 2 little singers. I feel like since actually designing my island, people have been like out and about and like spread over my island a lot more, which I absolutely love. But of course, I will make a video dedicated to my island designing and giving you a tour and all of that once it is actually done. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my Animal Crossing content. I appreciate you all, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.